Welcome to Audiobook Zone. Are you constantly distracted, finding it hard to focus on tasks that matter? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to accomplish so much in a world filled with distractions? What if there was a way to work deeply and achieve more in less time? Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World by Cal Newport explores how we can harness the power of intense focus to master complex tasks and produce high-quality work. In a world filled with constant distractions from emails, social media, and meetings, Newport offers strategies to combat these challenges. This book is particularly helpful for people struggling with productivity in today's digital age. It introduces practical methods to help you reclaim your focus, improve your skills, and produce meaningful work. Through examples from great thinkers and modern professionals, the book shows that the ability to concentrate deeply is becoming increasingly rare, yet more valuable than ever. Before we start, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe to the channel and like the video to support our next video. Part 1. The Idea. Chapter 1. Deep Work is Valuable. In today's world, deep work is a rare and increasingly valuable skill. Many professionals find themselves caught in the endless loop of distractions, emails, social media, and shallow tasks that prevent them from focusing on meaningful work. However, the ability to focus without distraction on cognitively demanding tasks is now more essential than ever for success. There are two primary reasons why deep work has become so valuable. First, in our rapidly changing information economy, learning new and complex skills quickly is critical. Take the example of Jason Ben, who transitioned from financial consulting to web development. He mastered new programming languages, some of which didn't exist just a few years before, and his ability to focus deeply on learning these skills helped him land a high-paying job in Silicon Valley. If he had relied on shallow work and multitasking, he would have fallen behind. The ability to focus and learn complicated things fast is what sets high performers apart in today's job market. Second, the digital revolution has created an environment where producing top-tier work has a vast reach. This means that the rewards for producing high-quality output are exponentially greater. For example, a programmer who creates a breakthrough software or a writer who crafts a widely read article can see their work spread to millions, thanks to the internet. On the other hand, mediocre work is easily replaced by better alternatives, as people have access to countless options at their fingertips. In contrast, shallow tasks like scrolling through social media or attending unproductive meetings are easy to replicate and don't produce lasting value. The rewards, both financial and professional, are reserved for those who can consistently produce their best work, and this requires depth. Historically, the need for deep work was limited to certain professions: artists, philosophers, and academics. But in our modern information economy, deep work is becoming crucial across all fields. The ability to focus and produce exceptional work without distraction is not only rare but also incredibly powerful. Deep work has become what some call the superpower of the 21st century. As this skill becomes more rare, it also becomes more valuable. Those who cultivate it and make it central to their work will thrive in the global economy, while others risk being left behind. By mastering the art of deep work, you position yourself to succeed in a world that rewards the ability to concentrate on what matters most. Chapter 2. Deep Work is Rare. Deep work has become increasingly rare in today's professional landscape. Modern work environments are dominated by open office plans, instant messaging systems, and constant connectivity. These conditions are meant to promote collaboration, but they often come at the cost of focus. The result is a workplace that favors shallow work, quick, low-effort tasks like checking emails or responding to instant messages, over deep, focused work that requires uninterrupted concentration. For example, large companies like Facebook and Square have embraced the open office layout to encourage spontaneous interaction between employees. However, while this setup might lead to occasional creative discussions, it also results in massive distraction. Employees struggle to concentrate for long periods due to the constant interruptions from colleagues and notifications. Shallow work has become normalized in many fields because of these trends. Instant messaging tools, for instance, require employees to be constantly available, often pulling them away from deep, meaningful tasks. This shift has significant consequences for productivity. Research shows that every time we switch from one task to another, it takes time to regain full focus. This fragmented attention means that important, cognitively demanding tasks receive less of our full effort, reducing overall performance. Despite these challenges, those who cultivate the ability to perform deep work stand out. As deep work becomes rarer, it also becomes more valuable. Professionals who can focus intensely on challenging problems without distraction are positioned to succeed in an economy where shallow work dominates. By making deep work a priority, individuals can achieve higher levels of productivity and distinguish themselves in their careers. Chapter 3: Deep Work is Meaningful. Deep work not only enhances productivity but also adds meaning to your life. When you fully immerse yourself in challenging tasks that require deep focus, you enter a state that many describe as flow. This flow state leads to fulfillment and satisfaction because it taps into your potential and allows you to produce your best work. An example of deep work bringing fulfillment can be seen in the work of Rick Furrer, a blacksmith who painstakingly recreates historical swords. His craft demands long hours of concentration and precision. Each hit of the hammer on the metal is deliberate and purposeful, transforming raw materials into a work of art. This is not just a task for Furrer, it's a meaningful pursuit that brings him immense satisfaction. The process of creating something valuable through deep work gives his work purpose, and this is a sensation that knowledge workers can also experience. Modern knowledge work often lacks this visible craftsmanship, but the satisfaction of deep work remains the same. Whether you're writing a report, coding, or solving complex problems, the effort you put into focusing deeply can transform your job from routine tasks into meaningful work. Focusing on depth allows you to create something of value and experience the joy of mastery. By making deep work a regular practice, you cultivate both professional success and personal satisfaction, ensuring that your work brings meaning to your life. Part 2. Rules. Rule 1: Work deeply. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to work deeply is increasingly rare and valuable. To succeed in a knowledge economy, it is crucial to develop the skill of deep work, focused, uninterrupted attention on cognitively demanding tasks. This rule lays out practical methods to incorporate deep work into your daily routine by creating strategies and rituals that support intense concentration. The first step is to recognize the importance of deep work and deliberately schedule time for it. Trying to fit deep work into an unstructured day rarely works because distractions are always present. Instead, you need to block out specific periods for deep work and treat those times as non-negotiable. For example, some professionals set aside early morning hours, free from meetings and emails, to focus on challenging projects. Even 2 or 3 hours of deep work each day can lead to remarkable progress. Once you've scheduled time for deep work, the next strategy is to create rituals that make entering a state of concentration easier. This could involve setting up a dedicated workspace free of distractions, preparing materials ahead of time, or even creating a specific routine like having coffee or listening to calming music before beginning a session. These rituals help train your brain to recognize when it's time to focus and eliminate the need to rely solely on willpower to concentrate. For instance, Charles Darwin had a strict routine that he followed every day while writing on the origin of species. He began his workday at the same time each morning and took breaks at regular intervals, which helped him maintain a steady flow of concentration. By implementing similar routines, you reduce the mental energy required to get started on deep tasks and avoid decision fatigue. Another key method is to minimize shallow work, such as answering emails or attending unnecessary meetings. Shallow work is essential in some cases, but it should not dominate your schedule. Instead, confine it to specific times, such as the last hour of your workday, and avoid multitasking. Studies show that multitasking reduces the quality of your work and makes it harder to re-enter a state of deep concentration. To balance the demands of shallow and deep work, it's important to decide on a depth philosophy. This philosophy reflects how you will integrate deep work into your life. For some, a monastic approach works best, where all shallow work is eliminated in favor of deep focus. This may involve reducing email correspondence, limiting meetings, or even completely disconnecting from digital distractions, as computer scientist Donald Knuth did by giving up email entirely. However, not everyone can adopt such an extreme approach. A rhythmic philosophy, where you work deeply during scheduled blocks each day, may be more suitable for those with demanding jobs or multiple responsibilities. For example, a doctoral candidate juggling work and family life might schedule deep work early in the morning before the distractions of the day begin. This ensures consistent progress without sacrificing other commitments. Lastly, building a margin of safety into your deep work habits is crucial. You should allow time for breaks and recovery to avoid mental burnout. Deep work is demanding, and performance diminishes after several hours. Research suggests that even the most practiced deep workers, like elite athletes or musicians, can only sustain around 4 hours of intense focus per day. By respecting these limits and incorporating breaks, you can maintain high-quality output over the long term. In conclusion, working deeply requires intention and structure. By scheduling dedicated time, creating effective rituals, minimizing shallow tasks, and deciding on a depth philosophy that suits your life, you can cultivate the skill of deep work. This approach will not only boost your productivity but also allow you to produce work of lasting value in a world that rewards focus and depth. Rule 2: Embrace boredom. In a world filled with constant distractions, one of the biggest challenges we face is the ability to stay focused on meaningful tasks. Many people believe that the key to overcoming distractions is simply avoiding them altogether. However, this is not enough. To truly enhance your ability to focus, you must train your brain to resist distractions and embrace boredom. The idea behind this rule is simple: the more your brain becomes accustomed to avoiding boredom with quick distractions, like checking your phone or browsing the internet, the harder it becomes to engage in deep work. To reverse this, you need to rewire your brain to accept boredom as a natural part of the concentration process. One practical method is to schedule breaks for distractions instead of trying to avoid them completely. For example, if you set specific times during the day to check emails or scroll through social media, you allow your brain to expect those moments rather than seeking them out constantly. During the rest of your day, you avoid distractions and focus entirely on your work. This approach gradually helps your brain build the muscle of focus. Another helpful strategy is to resist distractions even in moments of boredom outside of work. Imagine waiting in line at the store or sitting in a waiting room. Instead of pulling out your phone for instant gratification, use these moments to sit with your thoughts. This practice strengthens your mind's ability to handle periods of stillness, which ultimately improves your focus when you need to concentrate on deep work later. A real-world example of this principle comes from the world of sports. Professional athletes must endure long periods of practice and repetition, often without immediate results. This embrace of boredom is key to their success. For instance, a basketball player may spend hours practicing free throws, an activity that can seem monotonous but is crucial for developing muscle memory and perfecting their skill. Similarly, knowledge workers must accept the monotony that comes with mastering a task through focused effort. It's also important to remember that deep work is mentally exhausting. You can't sustain it for long periods without breaks. Research suggests that even the most successful deep workers can only maintain deep concentration for about 4 hours a day. Therefore, scheduling focused periods and embracing rest times is crucial for maintaining your overall productivity. Another powerful method to improve focus is productive meditation. This involves using downtime, such as walking or commuting, to think deeply about a specific problem. Instead of letting your mind wander, direct your thoughts towards solving a particular issue. This technique allows you to practice deep thinking even when you're not sitting at your desk, further strengthening your ability to concentrate. In conclusion, the key to mastering focus lies in training your brain to handle boredom and resist distractions. By scheduling breaks for shallow work, practicing focus even during downtime, and incorporating productive meditation into your routine, you can significantly improve your ability to work deeply. These strategies not only boost your productivity but also make deep work a sustainable habit in your daily life. Rule 3: Quit social media. In today's digital age, social media has become deeply embedded in our daily lives, often consuming much of our time and attention. While it offers convenience and connection, social media platforms can also distract us from meaningful work. To focus deeply, it's essential to take back control of our time and reduce the influence of these platforms. One of the key ideas here is to recognize how social media fragments our attention. It pulls us away from deep work, making it harder to concentrate on tasks that require intense focus. Constantly checking notifications, scrolling through feeds, and reacting to updates may seem harmless in the moment, but over time, these distractions significantly diminish our ability to stay engaged with meaningful work. A useful strategy to reduce the hold of social media is the 30-day experiment. In this approach, you quit all social media platforms for 30 days without announcing your departure. During this time, you reflect on whether your life has improved without these services. After the 30 days, ask yourself two key questions: would your life have been better if you had used these platforms, and did anyone notice your absence? If the answer is no to both, it may be time to quit social media permanently. Another approach is to evaluate the value of social media in relation to your personal and professional goals. Social media platforms can be addictive because they provide quick, intermittent rewards, likes, comments, and shares, that trick our brains into seeking validation. But these rewards are superficial and often distract from the activities that truly contribute to long-term success, such as learning, creating, or building relationships. By applying the 80-20 rule, you can assess whether social media plays a significant role in helping you achieve your goals or if it's simply filling your time with low-value interactions. A great example of someone reclaiming their focus comes from Baratunde Thurston, a digital media consultant who disconnected from his online life for 25 days. During this break, he found that his stress levels dropped, and he experienced a newfound sense of freedom. He enjoyed meals without documenting them on Instagram and had deeper conversations with those around him. This experience showed how liberating it can be to step away from the constant noise of social media and focus on real-life connections. If quitting social media altogether feels too drastic, consider using it more intentionally. This might involve limiting your use to specific times of the day or using it only for tasks that directly support your goals. For example, if you rely on social media for business or professional networking, you can limit your time on these platforms to short, scheduled sessions, ensuring that your use is purposeful rather than aimless. Ultimately, the goal of quitting or reducing social media use is to reclaim your time and attention. By freeing yourself from the distractions of social media, you can create more space for deep work and focus on what truly matters. This not only boosts your productivity but also leads to a more fulfilling and intentional life. Rule 4: Drain the shallows. The concept of shallow work refers to tasks that don't require much cognitive effort and can be performed while distracted. These include answering emails, attending unproductive meetings, and other logistical tasks. While these tasks are necessary, they often dominate the workday, leaving little time for meaningful, deep work. To make the most of your day, it's essential to minimize the time spent on shallow tasks and dedicate more hours to high-impact work. The first step to reducing shallow work is identifying how much of your time is being spent on it. Many people are surprised to find that shallow tasks take up a significant portion of their day. You can start by tracking how you spend your time for a week. This will give you a clearer picture of where your hours go and how much of your schedule is dominated by tasks that don't require deep focus. Once you understand your time usage, it's time to set boundaries. One effective strategy is to impose strict limits on the amount of shallow work you allow each day. For instance, you can decide that you will only spend 1 hour on emails and administrative tasks. By creating boundaries, you push yourself to be more efficient with these tasks, freeing up more time for deep work. Another strategy is to eliminate unnecessary meetings and reduce the length of those that are required. Meetings are notorious for wasting time, especially when they lack focus or a clear purpose. Instead, try to replace meetings with written updates or limit meeting times to only the essentials. Some companies have even adopted policies like "No meetings Wednesdays" to ensure that employees have dedicated time for deep work. Automation is another powerful tool for draining the shallows. By automating repetitive tasks, such as scheduling or simple data entry, you can reduce the time spent on low-impact work. Tools like email filters, task management apps, and calendar automation can significantly decrease the mental load of handling shallow tasks. The key to success in draining the shallows lies in being ruthless about what tasks deserve your attention. Many shallow tasks feel urgent but offer little value in the long run. By prioritizing your most important work and delegating or eliminating non-essential tasks, you can maximize the time you spend in deep focus. Finally, it's important to recognize that shallow work is unavoidable to some extent. The goal isn't to eliminate it entirely but to ensure that it doesn't dominate your schedule. Set clear boundaries, be strategic about which tasks you engage with, and protect your deep work time. This balance will help you stay productive and focus on what truly matters. Conclusion. In a world overwhelmed by distractions and shallow tasks, the ability to perform deep work has become one of the most valuable skills you can develop. Deep work allows you to focus intensely on important tasks, increasing both the quality and quantity of your output. By embracing practices that support deep work, such as minimizing distractions, building rituals, and managing shallow tasks, you can unlock your full potential and create work that truly matters. The principles and strategies in this book teach us how to reclaim our time and attention, whether by reducing social media use or scheduling specific periods for uninterrupted focus. Deep work helps us not only to be more productive but also to find greater satisfaction in our work, turning routine tasks into opportunities for growth and mastery. In a world that rewards those who can focus and deliver high-quality results, the ability to work deeply can be transformative. Thank you for listening. By applying the principles of deep work, you can achieve more with less distraction, and ultimately live a more focused, meaningful life. If you found this summary helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you achieve your goals. Stay tuned for more insights and practical wisdom.